Show some quad muscles today. I did a hamstring muscle video the other day. Check it out, please. So these are the 4 quad muscles. We got the vastus lateralis on the side. This is the largest and most strenuous one that's being used. It gets most of the action. This is your rectus femoris. It goes up through here. First it connects under the knee. Both of them, all the 4 of these go under the knee, and they come up. So we got the rectus femoris coming straight up. Now this is the only one out of the 3 of these that actually connect up higher into the bone right here. You'll know if you're in the right spot when they start making those faces. So right about there. See, if you get that spot, you'll feel it's a little tender. It connects right to the interior pelvis. And then you got the intermedius, which comes under. It actually goes under the rectus femoris and connects up, and then you got the medialis coming through here. All right, so when I work on these muscles, I try, well actually before I say that, I will say the action of these muscles is to pull the quad up and bend the knee. Now, no, sorry, I strike that, bending the knee is the other way. It's actually to extend the knee, so anything in this position going forward like that, I can't stand on my leg, but that's okay. And I try to create humor in my videos, so just going extension like that, that requires all 4 of these. But the difference is you got the rectus femoris, which its job, it can do that, but it also, because it connects higher, it pulls the hip up, just like your iliopsoas muscle. So one of the methods I use, and I hope y'all like my artwork. Here it goes, it's going bye-bye. It's all turning green now for her. I asked her if she wanted that to be her profile picture, but she was not a fan of that. But so, warm up the muscles really good. I'm not gonna make y'all watch me warm up the muscle for that long. But when I do the quad muscles, I try to do more cross fiber, going across the muscles through there. I always love how this makes my fingers so dirty looking. All right. So what I like to do, get in a good body mechanic position. I can get on my knees. You can get into a lunge if you want. Just make sure your abs are engaged while working. I'm going to start across, and then I like to do the forearm. Go slowly though. That way they don't, kick you. Make sure you do a good grip on their legs so they can't kick you. And if you feel any good trigger points, just kind of pause there and let it release. Now, if you're wondering what a trigger point is, there's some videos on my channel on how to do that work. Now the one that hopped is actually your sartorius muscle, but that is not a quadricep muscle. So the ones that, I don't know, when you're working, if you feel it kind of hopping like that, that's usually what that is, but that's going to be in another video. One thing with knee pain, the rectus femoris, the one that was red and it kind of went straight over like that, a good trigger point kind of lies right in here, a little tender. Yeah. So what I would want to do is kind of hold that, and I usually do about 7 seconds and do kind of like a pumping motion. Working these really good will help with the knee pain. One technique I like, Peyton, you might have to come on this side of me this time, is I'll have the client and scoot over towards me a little bit. There you go. And then I'm going to slide her leg off and fold it under. And put my leg there. So now she's lengthening the muscle. And it's always good to kick a trash can, like I just did. And then, so I don't like just stripping the muscle out. I want to kind of guide my way through. A little tender right there. Okay, when you get in one of those tender points, I'm going to try to have her activate the muscle. So can you push your foot into my leg? While breathing, of course. And relax. Do it again. So one neat thing I'm doing is I'm actually using, I know this looks dirty as heck right now, but is I'm using my top hand to put pressure on my fingers. That way I'm not putting too much weight into my fingers. So press in, extend your leg, and relax. Good. Again, there you go. Relax. Now, Peyton's memorizing all this so she can do her other leg. Just kidding. Didn't even get a real laugh on that. So towards the origin of the muscle, on the top you're going to get a little bit more tender. What I like to do when I get towards the origin, press in. You'll feel the tension spot right there, the connection point, and then I want to have this time, instead of extending her leg, I want you to raise your leg up a little. There you go. Feel that? Now, one thing I try to get them to do at the same time is to engage their core, because otherwise their lower back might get pulled too much. And relax. Because remember, your psoas muscle connects into the lower spine, and it performs that action of raising the leg like that. And if you're not engaging your core, it can cause some issues. That's already softening up, can you tell? She's like, no, that hurts like crazy. She's a good sport. Good. And then my sheets look amazing. All the colors now. We can tuck this sheet under and have her bend her knee. And now, if I wanted, I can come across. And you can just push and pull. See how the green's right there? That's where my vastus lateralis was. And just kind of work all the way through the muscle. And when I'm working these, I usually go all the way through, all the way to the top when I'm working the quad muscle. This quad muscle is very important to get into. And lastly, what I like to do, now you can do this in a passive way, like I'm going to do it, or you can have them activate it, but I want to be kind to Brittany. And I'm going to get right onto that spot we talked about earlier. You see that deep breath she just took? So there's a connection point right on the bone. Just look for it. That little tender? Is that a yes?
Yes, I'm sorry.
It's okay, you're just sleeping.
No.
So just gonna press and release. Press, release. Remember, good body mechanics. Excuse me. You do that a few times, it should help release the muscle. You can also, if you wanted to get into the psoas and all that, you could work in there as well. And kind of break up all the rest of it. This quad will feel amazing. I don't have time for the other quad, but at least you have one quad that's going to be doing great.
Thank you.
Just kind of washing it out now. Spread the blood flow every time you work these muscles. Now, as you see, she has a little scar here. She had knee surgery. So with scar tissue, you always want to break it up going across. Good to kind of cross fiber it. All the way through the connection. You got some of these are connected to the tibia, some to the fibula. That's why you get a lot of tightness. So sometimes when people think they have knee pain, it's actually caused by your quads, or hips, or so it's good to get the whole muscle. All right, and thank you so much for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Please comment your thoughts, hit subscribe, and like, and click the notification bell so you get notified every time we create a video. Please watch the other videos and share them with your friends and family. We're almost to 3,000 hours watched, so if you can please help us out. And thank you again, and have a great day.